2 months ago, we paused the build of our Portugal stone house and took a chance on a different kind of life in Africa.
And it means so much to us that you guys are as excited to watch this place come to life as we are. So a huge thanks for sticking with us, for tuning in.
This 4-acre homestead in eastern Zimbabwe feels a lot like our home in Portugal.
We've got arches taking shape.
Dominated by granite, big trees, and holding stories and secrets from the past.
Oh, love, what are we going to do with this?
And our African journey has started much like our Portuguese journey began. Cutting back the bush, fixing off-grid water issues, and opening up new spaces. It's been a month or so of epic discovery. We've even been out exploring some of Zimbabwe's wilderness on our travel channel, TheNewbys Explore. But like with every great journey, you sometimes need to take one step back before taking 2 steps forward. We've made a few mistakes that need fixing, and having found an ancient pot in our rocks, it feels like it's a good time to take a pause before we push forward with our first big build here. So let's catch you guys up.
I've got a problem.
Sometimes mistakes are the best way to learn. Over the last few weeks since we got here, you guys have watched us trying to secure our off-grid water. It's involved moving an enormous 5,000 litre tank through very small gaps in rocks and scaling 20 metre high drops to build platforms to try and fix what was an enormous problem. We inherited 2 big tanks that were both leaking. We rely entirely on a borehole for all of the water on this property, and if we don't secure it and we don't look after it, we might end up in a situation in the future where we have no water here.
That's quite right, and we're going to be working up here first thing this morning, and a little bit later we'll be heading over to see that pot.
So once we had built the platform, we put the tank on, we filled it up again, we celebrated. We thought, finally, we've got water again on the property. Nothing's leaking, everything's working. Turns out, though, we hadn't done our maths very well and we'd made a mistake. We put the tank a little bit too low to service our off-grid solar water geysers, which sit on the roof of the house. And so we currently have got water in the house and in the gardens and throughout the property, but we don't have any hot water, which is not ideal. So today we have to scale rocks again. I say we, this is a very royal we, but today there'll be scaling of rocks again, trying to solve the problem.
As I stood up there and I was looking across the roof, I genuinely thought, okay, well, we're about the same height, maybe a little bit higher than the water geyser, which is on the roof over there. Turns out we're not. So we need to go higher. Good news is we've got a rock that is higher. Bad news is it's another day, 2 days without real hot water and a bit more fiddling around. So when we would really rather be doing other projects, to be honest.
Yeah, we're really desperate to carry on with the garden project you guys saw last week so that we can start laying the lawn, getting the gardens organised. I'm also itching to get into that greenhouse, discover more of our property. But anyway, we will get there. We have to prioritise. Water is important. And I don't think they're getting sick of me just yet, but Mum and Dad might get sick of the boys trashing their bath every evening. So we need to get this fixed.
Now, the last time we did this, we were hanging off a 20-metre high rock. Now we're going even higher. Oh, look, that's great news.
The things I do for you, my love.
All right.
Ooh. It's pretty cool up here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Ah, is that no, that's not an adequate platform, but there is an adequate space to build one, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a good space. So,
He smokes, this is so high. But you can see again.
Don't go too close to the edge there, darling.
No, that's not, it's over the world. This is so cool. Oh my gosh, love the views. Let's build a house up here.
Treehouse.
Treehouse.
Yeah, great.
Wow, this is beautiful.
So the good news for this tree is that the water tank that was leaking has been feeding the tree, so it's managed to live on top of a rock.
Oh my gosh, that's like a bed of its roots. You're just going to lift the entire tree up.
Somewhere down there. Ready? Alrighty. Go.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, Obi. Sorry, buddy. I know, you hate being left down. Hey. Sorry,
What
my
we'll do,
boy.
I think, is we'll put a brick wall here and a couple of bricks along here, mix a whole bunch of cement and just chuck it in place. We've got a natural boundary here around this side to make it flat. So it should be a super quick, super easy platform rather than the big structure that we had to build down there. It shouldn't be more than a morning's work, and hopefully we'll have enough pipe around to be able to pipe it all up. I'm going to go to Homesteads and pick up 500-litre water tank, which is considerably smaller than the big one we got down there. Coffee's going to throw some concrete on top of this rock just to make it nice and flat, ready for that tank. And hopefully, if we can just blow on the concrete today and have a nice sunny day, we might get it to dry quick enough that we can stick a tank on top of it and we can actually have running water in the hot water tank by the end of the day.
Oh, it is such a glorious day today. That sun.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's only about 8:30 currently. So anyway, while John heads off to the shops, I'm going to crack on with this part of the garden down here. So I've got a few things I want to get into these beds. The first thing is what's called a Sabi star. I'll pop a picture up for you guys. It was a gift from my brother and sister-in-law, like a housewarming gift, which was very, very lovely. It's been in a different part of the garden and it's really not happy. I think it needs more sun. It is a kind of hot area plant. So we're going to put it here where it gets lots and lots of sun during the day and hope that it comes back to life a little bit more and thrives. I've also got a whole load of seedlings. So I'm going to do a bit of kind of planting of those in amongst everything else. And there's a few beds that need some weeding and just enjoy a bit of time in the garden until John gets back. And then we'll crack on with Project Water. Are you going to help me, little man? Let's get hats because it's super hot out here. There's yours. And mine is down here. We're still living in something of a shell. I'm hoping to get a little bit of furniture in the next kind of week or so. But as you can see, it's all a bit sparse. But anyway, we get there slowly.
Are you trying to get on the roof? Are there monkeys up there, dude? Hey? Imagine how stressful it must be if you can't, do what you need to do.
I know, catch the monkeys.
Yeah.
Anyway, pardon the interruption, everybody. I just wanted to, show you our new little lounge. Isn't it sweet? And also chat to you about something that's really important, especially for the new year. Going into a new year, I am such a culprit for trying to set tons of New Year's resolutions and loads of things I'm going to do. And to be honest, I stick to very few of them. But what's really helped this year is trying to focus on not one massive overhaul, just one small habit that John and I are both trying to stick to, and that is checking in with ourselves. Life has been so full the last few months. And in the middle of all of that, just taking a moment to stop, to pause, and just to say, how am I actually doing? Is making all the difference. And the most helpful thing my therapist has helped me remember in this time of transition is that I don't have to do everything right now. And everything doesn't have to be perfect straight away. This is a journey, not a destination. And it's that gentle reminder that we're all doing the very best we can that has made making this transition so much easier. And that's why we really value BetterHelp, the paid partner of today's episode. It makes therapy feel so accessible and doable, even in a really, really full life like ours. You start by filling in a really short questionnaire and then you'll get matched with a credentialed therapist in as little as a couple of days. And if that therapist doesn't feel like quite the right fit, you can switch them out without any cost or any questions asked until you find the person that feels like the right one for you. BetterHelp has helped over 6 million people and it's a platform that we genuinely trust. So if you too are looking to build small, consistent habits that really contribute to your mental health, then head to betterhelp.com/TheNewbys or click the link in the description below this video and you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy.
All right, let's go to the hardware store. It's called, the one I'm using a lot at the moment is called Homestead. They've got a lot of stuff in there. It's not quite the same as shopping in the United Kingdom when you've got these massive mega stores, but most of the really important stuff can be found inside this hardware store. They're super friendly and I'm hoping, because I can't fit it in the car, that they're going to deliver today as well. We'll see whether we can get a today delivery. It's just down the road. Let's go and have a look. I'll show you inside as well. I've asked a couple of days ago if it would be all right for me to film in there so you guys can have a look and see what a hardware store looks like in Zimbabwe. I think you're going to be very surprised.
We know that for a lot of you guys, Zimbabwe is very new territory, and we hear from you in the comments that there's a ton of curiosity for what our world looks like beyond our home. Well, over the course of the next few weeks and months, we'll do our very best to share as much as we can, and if there's anything in particular that you'd like to know more about, then let us know in the comments below this video.
Here we are. And
Okay, and there are some water tanks, so that's good news. I think we can see them right there. Those are the ones. Just pop in and see whether we can just quickly purchase those. I've got a list as well of piping and stuff we need to get. Great. All right, so it's a pretty typical hardware store, to be honest. You know, you've got all your outside stuff, all of the wood, metals, piping over there. Look, we'll have to go and grab some of that too in a minute. But there's the water tank I'm gonna need. Perfect, look at that. Right there, love it. 750 litres. Okay, I've got my tape measure. Let's just measure the diameter. That's an 80 centimetre bottom, which is good. Very thin, but quite tall. I'm going to be a bit honest here. I'd prefer a 500 litre that wasn't as tall. Be a little bit less obvious, wouldn't it? Up on that rock, I kind of want it to be hidden away a little bit. But they all look like really big tanks. I don't really see any of the smaller ones except for those, so I think we're probably going to just have to go with that. All right, let's go straight to the plumbing section, which I know is there. So Tara sent me a whole list of stuff that we need to get, connections for the pipe. Hopefully we can get them all delivered because it's not going to fit in the car today. So I'll go and speak to somebody straight away. The
One is similar.
Yeah, the brown, you've got a brown yellow one out there. I forget, like a desert colored one. Perfect. There you go, folks. I told you, you might be a little bit surprised. It looks just like a hardware store that you'd find in the UK, in Portugal, in America, a bit smaller, like I said before, but everything that you're gonna need is here. And it's really, really familiar, isn't it? So why would I think that that's surprising for you guys? Well, I guess when you think of Africa, you think of something completely different from home. And so when something is really, really similar to how it is at home, it's kind of surprising. Also, really, really great. Okay, so this is Ernest. He's one of the senior staff at Homestead, and he's just helping me out. 40 mil, and the exit's the same, hey?
Yes, exactly the same, all the tanks. 40 mil inlet and outlet, 40 mil.
Great. All right, that's all sorted. Hopefully, later today or first thing tomorrow, we'll get a delivery of the water tank, and we can get that all sorted and squared away. Hopefully, we can have a shower. That'd be nice.
Like a lot of sunshine, yeah. I do really want it to thrive because it's beautiful. It has the most beautiful pink blossoms. Come, let's go plant it up there. Okay, careful. Sweetie, yeah. Dig together. That's it. Right, now stick them in that hole there. Push it nicely.
No, not underneath.
Well done. Okay. I think that's enough marigolds here.
You all know how much John loves his garden and his flowers, and in the next few episodes you guys are going to be seeing the most extraordinary garden come to life. Between the two of us though, we are very excited to have this new space to create in, and really looking forward to sharing all of that process with you.
Planting with the boys is always one of those things that needs a lot of balance, you know, like I really want things to be perfect. I want the plants to be perfectly placed. I want them to do well, but I also want the boys to love gardening as much as we do. And so I kind of have to let go a little bit sometimes and just let them do what they want to do. If that means we lose a seedling or two, well, it is just what it is. You know, I think the lesson is so much more important than perfection, right? So we'll get some seedlings from it, of course we will, and things will grow. All that being said, sometimes it's important to just step away for a second, take a break, and come back. It eases the frustration and it resets the patience. Right, so Coffee's managed to get his bag of cement up here, which is no small feat. Well done, Coffee. It's not the easiest places to work, huh?
Yeah.
Building on top of the world today. Right, good. I'm going to leave Coffee to it, head back down and see if I can tackle another one of those beds. Something I don't think I've shown you guys yet is that we have got a hive of bees living in the roof of the house.
We found a lizard right on the wall.
They're on the side of the house that we're not using at the moment.
And when we were walking with the giraffes, we saw, oh, that's there's a lizard and
So they're not doing us, they're not any kind of threat to us or anything, but we are keeping an eye on them.
climbed and I almost pinched his tail. So close.
And the plan is definitely to get a local beekeeper to come and help us try and trap them into a box.
And it got away.
Blast.
So close.
So close, eh?
They're just here behind me on the top there, and I'm really, really pleased that they're here, and I want them to stay on the property, but I just don't want them in the roof. So when you move a beehive, you've got to move them at least 3 kilometers from the place that you're trying to move them from, because otherwise they will just continue to return to the place that they were at. So sadly, we can't keep this hive of bees on the property, because if we try and move them just a little bit up into the bush there, they'll just keep coming back here. So I'm hoping I'm going to find a local beekeeper who will come and help me trap the bees.
Hey Diogo, how about some help?
Let's go get the bees.
And then maybe do an exchange and take this colony to their apiary and give us a colony from their apiary that we can set up into the rocks far away from the house and the family, and then have the benefit of having the pollinators on the property.
What about we move those bees far, far in the rocks, get a bee box, and then put them far in the cracks of the rocks, these bees in the cracks of the rocks.
To me, having bees here is something that's so important and something I really, really want to continue with kind of from life in Portugal. So, yeah, we'll see what we do with them, but it's good to have them on the property. It's just not great to have them in the roof.
All the way to that beehive, all the way to the other beehive over there, and that one over there.
Well done, love.
It's heavy.
Right, so that tank has got to get up that rock. And then hopefully we'll have our water coming out of there again very, very soon. I got it. Don't dangle.
The overflow. Oh no, it's almost there, Coffee. Almost there. Okay, that one goes in the bottom. Right, we're gonna want. Okay, goody. No.
Now, we all know how much John loves plumbing. This does not look like we're going to have a hot shower tonight.
Okay, I can tell you what's going on. That's the difference in the width of the pipe. This 32mm pipe is designed for these 32mm fittings to slide into place. More expensive pipe because it's thicker. That's just going to pop on there, and I'm going to pull it, and it's never coming off. Right. I'm going to push that in there, and it's literally, it rattles around because of that extra couple of millimeters worth of skin. So the only way to solve that problem is to go to Homesteads, get 40mm pipe, €100,
Try again.
roll, and try again.
I have a question. Is there any way we can reinstate any water back into the house at this point? Because we've got none, obviously.
I have got an update.
because we've got two really important updates. The first update is to do with what's going to be happening in the next episode, probably, or the episode after that. And the second update is what you've been learning, well, from the people that you've been talking to over the last week or so, right?
My update is all about the pot that we found in the ground up in the rocks while we were clearing. It's been something that we've been thinking about, talking about, pondering on, asking loads of questions of local people. We also spoke to the previous owners of this property. They explained to us that when they arrived here, this property was all developed initially by a man who did all of the steps that we discovered through the rocks and who built the original house. And he told them that before he got here, living in these rocks was what is locally known as a sangoma, or a witch doctor, a local medicine man, if you will, who are revered, respected, sometimes feared, and definitely, you got your shoes, well done, and definitely a real presence in these local communities. So when they arrived, they did some kind of spiritual cleansing, if you will, but they found a whole bunch of pots in the rocks. Their advice to us was, don't touch it, just leave it be. So I think that's our plan. We're going to leave it be and just appreciate the fact that we've got evidence of human presence here from a really, really long time ago, which feels really, really special.
I'm not sure about that. It feels to me like there's more of a story that needs to be explored and understood here. And just merely leaving that story alone means more questions than answers. It's like reading a prologue of a book without turning to page 2. So, watch this space as we create beauty within these rocks, and in the next episode there'll be a massive transformation here within this special secret garden, and the story will continue until we found proper answers about what that pot's doing here and what may very well lie beneath it. Who were the bushmen that painted those paintings, and who was the witch doctor that lived here before we got here? What was the settlement around these rocks, and why was it possibly an important place? We don't know yet, and these are questions that I really need answers to. I'm excited to find them out, and we've got in contact with a local historian, and we're very, very hopeful that fairly soon he will be popping by and giving us a few of those answers and painting a picture that's as clear as the paintings that are on the rocks in front of us.
Okay, all right. So we've got a space here that we're going to put a tiny house on.
And you have some bushman paintings, orange ones round. Dad, wait, I want to go see the pot and the bowl.
Well, that's just over there. So that's the whole point. By building over here, we're going to be able to create something that's going to complement the environment. We want to be able to create something that's truly beautiful in a space that's already quite remarkable. But I've got this idea that we'll put a stone structure around the base, some nice wooden floorboards there so that we can let the underside of the rock breathe, and then up from there some really cool rendered walls and a thatch over the top of it.
So today's Thursday, and this project was supposed to start being built on Tuesday. We have had the most horrendous weather, non-stop rain. And so we've had to have a complete pause on all building projects. John, the builder, hasn't been able to come at all. So we'll finally have a break in the rain this afternoon, and that's why we've got started with this clearing. And with any luck, John will be able to come, I don't know, if not tomorrow, early next week, we'll have to see.
Come in.
Look, there's a worm.
Mom, where's the wall?
It's right there.
Mom, mine is the tiny one and mine is the big. I couldn't find the big one.
That's made a really big difference. Now you can kind of see almost all the way up from the office, right the way through to what will be the new lawn. What you got there, bud?
I made it great, and they love it, and they want to stay in there.
As we sit here at a computer desk, we'll probably be able to see just about enough of what's going on down there
Yeah.
without taking out too many more trees just now anyway. Let's get this rock clean first.
for John when he comes, so he's got a good view of the space that he's going to be working with.
Before we get started with that, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you guys for being so enthusiastic about this property. We can feel the excitement coming through in the comments, and it means so much to us that you guys are as excited to watch this place come to life as we are. So a huge thanks for sticking with us, for hitting like, for leaving us comments, and just for being such a wonderful support. You are amazing, and we are sending so much love your way and heaps of gratitude. Thank you guys. And if you've got any family or friends who you think might enjoy our channel, please share it with them. We love growing this community, and we love hearing from people when they first find us and kind of dive into our journeying through life. So yeah, please share away. We'd be so grateful, and always make sure that you are subscribed. That also makes a huge difference to our world, and we would be so grateful. Thanks, guys. My love, pause your digging. Are you still thinking of putting up a platform over this rock to put a bed?
100%. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. So the plan is it's going to be a 2-level office. So it's going to have one level here, and right where Obi's lying is going to be our desk with a view out over the garden as discussed. And in this side, I think we're going to do a wall with a little platform that goes into those rocks, perhaps with windows looking out into that wall of rock over there. And up there will be space to put a bed.
Maybe. Let's see how it goes together. You know, right now, it feels like it's a good size for a bed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But who knows? Sites like this, you want to make the most of it and design the coolest things you possibly can.
Oh, and a caterpillar.
Look at it, guys.
Wow, buddy. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. Look at him.
I touched his bottom, and when that flings, the bird takes his tail off. Doesn't that?
Right, hey.
Dad,
Yeah.
look at his caterpillar.
I like it because it's not hairy.
I love coming up here to this forest, and actually what I'm thinking of doing is cutting a little trail running track through here. It's not very long, but it will be really fun. They're over there. Oh, there's loads of them, boys. Aren't they beautiful? Wow. Aren't you glad we came and checked?
Mom,
Yes.
no touching though.
No touching, no touching. Have a look at these exquisite creations of Mother Nature, you guys.
Mom, where's one
Hey.
of those beetles?
How magical
Mommy, you
are
have
they?
to show me where the beetles are.
There's one here. Look at this. Oh, it's not that same kind of beetle. But there is a beetle there. But it's a different kind. What is so nice is that in the past, the only way to get back to the house was down or through there. But now that we've done all of that clearing, we can walk through here, back over the rocks. The site of the little pot is underneath that rock there. And the site of the other rock hut is in this cave here. And the place where John is working is just over this little hill. I just saw him scaling a rock. There he is. What are you up to? Flame lilies are in bloom, my love.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cleaner, doesn't it? You know, there's light coming in, and what that means is the plants that I bought from the shop, just some random ones for now, mostly shade flowers. I can start putting those in the ground. We're going to need a lot of flowers to cover this area. My idea is, you can see these little walls here, terrace walls almost, kind of like in Portugal. So I'm going to make a little tiny lawn, goes from here all the way around to where the little house is going to be, the office, up against these walls here that you've got winding their way round up towards the steps here. All of this will be grass. So I think we'll turn also this part up here, a little terrace up here, into some grass as well. So small areas, small patches of grass, but this one would be really cool. I can imagine stepping out of the office over there after doing a bit of editing or talking to sponsors or whatever it might be. Coming over here, nice little round table, perhaps chairs and tables. And then of course around here, well, now we've found our bearings again. It's down there. We've got a few steps that go down and around a corner. Who thinks this, with a nice thatched roof and a little wall across the front of it, would make a good boys' hideout?
So cool.
Yeah.
One of the comments we've had recently is too much talking, not enough working. So we'll stop talking. But we really feel like all of this context and dreaming. Oh my word, look at what are those flies? Look at all those flies. Anyway, it really feels like all of this context and imagination and dreaming is an important part of getting us all settled into this new project. So bear with us. We are working really, really hard, especially John. And we're just trying to make sure you guys know where you are. You've got your bearings. You know what we're dreaming and thinking and getting excited about. So you can get excited about it too.
Yeah, and if you've got ideas, share them.
Yeah, please, we'd love to hear in the comments below. Please, please, please.